Now, LeBron James' tenure with the Lakers has come to an end, as he's publicly stated he will not be returning, so today we're going to rebuild the Los Angeles Lakers post LeBron's departure. And taking a look at our team's roster, we definitely have some very good players to build this team around going into the future. One of those players, of course, being Luka Doncic. The Lakers did extend Austin Reeves. They traded for Walker Kessler, and I'm a very big fan of this trade. Quentin Grimes, who they signed in free agency. They also signed Colin Sexton and Mamu. So the Lakers front office has been doing a good job this offseason to build this team around Luka, but I do still see a pretty big problem, and that's with our starting power forward. Mamu, we are going to keep on this team, but he will be coming off the bench unit. As for Jared Vanderbilt, we're going to use his $26 million contract with Jaden Hardy to go upgrade the starting power forward position. Before we attempt to upgrade the starting power forward position, I would really appreciate it if y'all could hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hype the video. All three buttons are free, and it truly does support out the channel a ton. We are aiming for 10,000 subscribers this summer. The player we are targeting is PJ Washington, a former teammate of Luka Doncic, so the chemistry's already there. He's a good offensive player, good rebounder, an amazing defender. We are offering the Dallas Mavericks Jared Vanderbilt, Jaden Hardy, and we'll also offer them 2 second-round picks. And just like that, we land ourselves PJ Washington as a brand new starting power forward. Since Jackson Hayes is no longer on the Lakers, we are in need of a backup center, and I'm also going to try and bring back Rui Hachimura. Having him as a backup small forward would be pretty amazing off the bench unit, and we are able to offer him $6.3 million. We should be able to lower that down to about $5 million annually over the next 2 seasons. It looks like he will accept, because he currently does not have an offer from any other team. And for the backup center position, let's see who we could get here. Darren Sharp would not be a bad option whatsoever. He's a good rebounder, good defender. Let me look around here and see, and I'll show you guys which backup center we're going to go with. There aren't really the best options for a backup center, but we are going to go with Nick Richards. We'll offer him a 2-year deal. He only wants a minimum. And another player we're going to try and bring in is, where is he? Precious Achiuwa. We could possibly have him be the backup center. He's a good offensive player, he can rebound, he's a decent defender, so let's go ahead and offer him a deal as well. He wants about $3.5 million annually. We'll offer him a 2-year deal, and let's see if he accepts, and yes, he will. So we get ourselves Precious Achiuwa and Rui Hachimura, and also Nick Richards. Let's go. Alrighty, here we are at the start of this season with our new rotation. In our starting lineup, we've got ourselves Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Quentin Grimes, PJ Washington, and Walker Kessler. Off the bench, we have Colin Sexton, Rui Hachimura, Mamu, and Precious Achiuwa. And I am happy the way our team is looking, but let's simulate the first few games of this season to see how we do. The first game is up against the Spurs, who we end up losing to. Can we at least win one game in the first week of this season? We do go on to defeat the Brooklyn Nets and scoring 152 points here against the Grizzlies. Luka Doncic had himself 35 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. 28 from Sexton, 24 Grimes, and a 15-point double-double from Walker Kessler. And a big reason to why I love the Colin Sexton signing for the Lakers is whenever Luka Doncic or Reeves is resting on the bench, Colin could provide this team with his offense. He's been known to be an amazing offensive player his entire career, so that's going to be amazing coming off the bench unit for the Lakers. And our system proficiency is going to be a 4-star overall system proficiency, pace and space under our head coach, JJ Redick. And now I'm going to go ahead and simulate until the end of this season, but of course, if there are any trades to be made, I will be stopping here at the trade deadline to show you all. This season, our team went on to win the NBA Cup, and Luka Doncic ends up winning NBA Cup MVP, averaging a 30-point triple-double with 2 steals, half a block on 50, 40, 73 shooting splits. Let's see which team we took on. It looks like we took on the Cavaliers. And Luka ended up dropping a 21-point triple-double, 16 Grimes, and 14 from PJ Washington. At the end of this season, our boy Luka Doncic goes on to win his first ever MVP, averaging 29 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 stocks on 50, 40, 78 shooting splits. Let's go. Very well-deserved MVP from our boy Luka Doncic. Cam Boozer, Rookie of the Year, Jalen Green, 6th Man, Wemby Defensive Player, and Carlo. Okay, how does this guy win Most Improved? Oh god, he went from averaging 5.7 points to 7.7 points, and somehow ends up winning Most Improved Player. I don't know how this guy won, but it is what it is. Cade Cunningham, clutch player. Our head coach, JJ Redick, goes on to win Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive of the Year. Of course, we get the MVP, Luka Doncic, on an All-NBA first team, and we also get Austin Reeves on an All-NBA second team. That's what I'm talking about. Do we get anybody here on an All-Defensive team? We do land our boy, Walker Kessler, on an All-Defensive second team. And then it looks like that will be it for awards. And we ended this season as the #1 seed, winning a total of 62 games and losing only 20. This team of ours has been amazing in the regular season, but now hopefully we're able to continue that momentum into the playoffs. Let's take a look at player stats before we jump into the playoffs. So our leading scorer was none other than Luka Doncic, almost averaging a 29-point triple-double. Then we had Austin Reeves playing amazing, averaging a career-high 25 points per game, 4 rebounds, 7 assists on 50, 40, 84 shooting splits. 14 from Colin Sexton, 13 Grimes, 13 Washington, and a 13-point double-double from Walker Kessler. And I did realize something pretty insane. Almost every single player on our team is shooting above 50% from the field. JJ Redick has been doing an amazing job as our head coach. But now let's take a look at team stats here and see how we did. So the offensive rating, we had the #1 best offensive rating with the 5th best defensive rating and the #1 best point differential with 17. We were making the most amount of three-pointers in the league with 15.5 three-pointers made a game. And now it's time for the playoffs, and in the first round, we got ourselves a tough matchup. The Denver Nuggets somehow end up being a play-in team, and of course, they have themselves an elite starting lineup. I don't know how this team ended up as a play-in team, but of course, we get ourselves a tough challenge in the first round. They have themselves Jamal Murray, Norman Powell, Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic with Christian Brown off their bench. Of course, Nikola Jokic is one of the best players in the league. So let's see how this goes. Game #1, we do fall short. 115 to 108, can we at least win game 2? And yes, we can. 138 to 111, we end up winning. Jokic with 24, Austin Reeves with 24 points and 14 assists. Holy. Game #3, we also secure the win. Luka with a 31-point triple-double, almost 20 assists. And then we had Walker Kessler with 20 rebounds and 29 points. Our team stats are looking absolutely unreal. What about game #4? We do lose game 4 here to the Nuggets, 149 to 120. And in this game, Reeves had 24. Luka did foul out in 23 minutes, which is why we probably lost that game. Game #5, thankfully we secure the win. Luka 36 points and 17 assists. Walker Kessler with 26. Austin Reeves was 14. Can we end things here in game 6? And oh god, it's going to a game 7. Jamal Murray has been balling out, dropping 35 points on our head, and Jokic with a 29-point triple-double. Reeves played amazing, so did Luka, but sadly we fall short, and now it's time to jump into Simcast here for game 7. We do have home court advantage on our side, and we start the first quarter really strong, but it is a pretty close game, and never mind, we go on to win 138 to 133. Luka with 23 points and 19 assists, 23 Reeves, and 22 from Quentin Grimes. And honestly, I was starting to get a little worried there when it went to game 7, but thankfully we come out victorious. And now in the second round, we are taking on Luka Doncic's former team and PJ Washington's former team, the Dallas Mavericks. They have themselves Kyrie Irving, Jaden Hardy, Cooper Flagg, Santi Aldama, and Derek Lively II. And as much as I would wish for this series to be easy, the Dallas Mavericks in 2K Simulation are always a good team, especially with Cooper Flagg. So let's see how things go. And of course, we end up losing game 1. 116 to 112, Luka was basically the only player on our team that played really good here. Game #2, we do secure the win, thankfully. 118 to 94, Luka with 30, 20-point double-double from Reeves, and 15 from PJ Washington. Game #3, we also fall short. 129 to 109, they outscored us by 20 points. Luka, again, basically the only player playing good. Reeves did play okay, but I mean, his efficiency was 1 of 7 from the three-point line. Game #4, thankfully we topped the series, winning here 130 to 126. Luka's going out there giving it his all. 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 12 assists. Game 5, we also end up winning. Luka 38, and again, only player here in the above 20 points. Reeves, our second leading scorer, with only 12. And we end up closing things out in game 6. 140 to 126, Luka with a 34-point double-double, 24 Washington, and a 21-point double-double from Kessler. And that means we have made it to the Western Conference Finals, and we are taking on Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. So we have a matchup of the MVP taking on the Defensive Player of the Year. In their starting lineup, they have De'Aaron Fox, Castle, Vassell, Harris, and Victor Wembanyama with Dylan Harper as their 6th man. In the Eastern Conference Finals, we have the New York Knicks taking on the Detroit Pistons. But now let's see how we do here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Luka dropping 29, 26 threes, and 22 from Quentin Grimes. Can we also win game 2? And whoa, we go up 2-0 against Wemby and the Spurs. Luka with 27 and 18, and he's been balling out here in the playoffs. He's averaging 12.5 assists per game, 27 points per game. That does put us up 2-0. Can we make this 3-0? Let's see. And we do end up losing game 3, 143. Holy, they outscored us by 30 points. Luka had 32 and 12, 23 Reeves, but we do fall short. And oh god, they end up tying up the series 135-113. Somehow Tobias Harris just dropped 22 points on us. Luka had a triple-double. Reeves double-double, but we do end up losing game 5, and we just lost 3 games in a row, and we get eliminated to the San Antonio Spurs. But hey, you know what? Winning a championship in the first year is never really much fun, so that means we're going to have to go out there in the offseason, make some upgrades to our roster, so hopefully we can go out there and win a championship next year. The Eastern Conference Finals, the New York Knicks and the Pistons are in a game 7. Let's see which team ends up winning. We will jump into Simcast just for fun. And so far the Knicks are up here, and it looks like the New York Knicks going to win. Wemby, Western Conference Finals MVP, Karl Anthony Towns, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And that means we got ourselves a rematch of last year's NBA Finals, the New York Knicks taking on the San Antonio Spurs, but this time Wemby is a 99 overall, Dylan Harper has progressed, same for Castle and Fox. So let's see how this goes. We'll go ahead and sim around, and this time the Spurs go on to win the championship with Victor Wembanyama winning Finals MVP. And there goes LeBron James. In this universe, he retires as a Brooklyn Net. Of course, that won't be the case in real life. There's no way he's going to end up on the Brooklyn Nets, but in this universe, he does. I feel like we need to bring better defenders into our starting lineup, so we're going to start off by pulling a trade with the Houston Rockets, sending them Quentin Grimes and our rookie Isaiah Evans for Tari Eason, and we also get the 11th overall pick, which we most likely will be trading away this offseason. But Tari Eason, a much better upgrade from Quentin Grimes, at least defensively. Tari Eason is just a better defender than Quentin Grimes, plus he brings more size into our starting lineup. This past season, he was averaging about 10 points per game per 36 minutes, 2 steals, 1 block on 47% from the field, 35 from 3. We are also going to try and upgrade our power forward position this offseason, but we will wait until after free agency, so let's see which players are in this draft. It is a computer-generated class, so let's see with the 11th overall pick which player we're going to be able to draft. We will most likely just draft the best player because we're going to be flipping him anyways. He's not really going to remain on this team. So let's go ahead and sim to our pick and see which player we could select. Lenny Thompson here, Chuck Fraser. I'm going to check which player would probably give us the best trade value, and then we'll go ahead and select him. So out of all of these players, there's only one player with a Hall of Fame potential, and that's this dude here, BJ Swift. So we're going to go ahead and draft him because that means he's probably going to have the highest trade value. We're going to go ahead and draft him with 11th overall pick. And for team player options, we are going to pick up the team option for Dalton Connect. He may end up progressing into something. If not, we could always flip him as well. We have quite a bit of young players we could use in trades this offseason. Qualifying offers, we do need to re-sign. Well, not really. Nick Smith Jr. has not been a player part of this rotation of ours, but is there anyone else we needed to re-sign here? And it looks like there isn't. We do have about $5.8 million we could spend here in free agency. So in free agency, we already have ourselves enough guards on this team of ours. So what we could do is try and bring in someone like Derrick Jones Jr., a former teammate of Luka Doncic's. We'll go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal. He only wants a minimum, so he will most likely be accepting, which he does on a 2-year, $5 million contract. How insane would it be if we bring Anthony Davis back on the Los Angeles Lakers? This past season, he was averaging 20 points per game with the Washington Wizards. Still amazing numbers all across the board. We're going to offer them a bunch of young players. Of course, this trade is not realistic at all, but we're doing this for the fun of this video. We're offering the Washington Wizards PJ Washington, Mamu, Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, BJ Swift, and we'll also throw them our first round pick. And whoa, we just bring in Anthony Davis in a trade with the Washington Wizards. And I know you Lakers fans are just as hyped about this trade as I am, but now let's sign some more players here in free agency. We still have about $5 million we could spend, and whoa, we could bring in Alex Caruso and the same for Marcus Smart. You know what? Both former Lakers, we're going to try and bring in both of them. They only want a minimum. We'll offer Alex Caruso a minimum. We'll do the same here for Marcus Smart and see if both of them will accept. It looks like we bring back Marcus Smart and Alex Caruso on a 2-year, $5 million contract. As soon as I thought I was finished with trades, the Milwaukee Bucks are offering us Kel'el Ware for Precious Achiuwa and Nick Richards. Kel'el Ware is an amazing floor spacing big man, and beside Anthony Davis, that's ideal. So let's go ahead and make this trade happen, sending the Bucks Precious Achiuwa, Nick Richards for Kel'el Ware. We came into the offseason planning on making our team defense better, and that's something we definitely did with bringing in Anthony Davis, Kel'el Ware, Alex Caruso, Tari Eason, Derrick Jones Jr., and Marcus Smart. Now let's go into the next season and see how our team does. Alrighty, here we are at the start of this season with the upgraded 9-man rotation. In our starting lineup, we've got ourselves Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Tari Eason, Anthony Davis, and Walker Kessler. Off the bench, we have Colin Sexton, Kel'el Ware, Marcus Smart, and Alex Caruso. And y'all know we had to change Anthony Davis's jersey number back to his original Lakers jersey number, which is number 3. Let's go ahead and simulate the first few games of our season to see how our team does. The first game is up against the Hawks, who we end up defeating 129-115. Luka with 37, AD with 29, and 19 from Walker Kessler. I can only imagine how unstoppable the duo of Luka and Anthony Davis is going to be, especially on those pick and rolls. Can we also defeat Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Miami Heat? Let's see, and yes, we can. 145-103. Luka with a 37-point double-double, Anthony Davis with 33, and Austin Reeves with an 18-point double-double. And if we could also defeat the Spurs in the first week, that will be amazing, because this is the same team that eliminated us in the playoffs, and we going to defeat them 116-108. Anthony Davis with a 26-point double-double, Luka with a 25-point double-double, and Kessler with a 21-point double-double. And I would say that's a pretty good sign, going 3 of 3 in the first week, defeating the same team that eliminated us in the playoffs. And now let's take a look at system proficiency here. So we will be rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency, pace and space under JJ Redick. What if we change this to balance? Okay, so it'd still be 4 stars, so we're going to go ahead and leave it just how it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and simulate until the end of this season, but of course, you guys know if there are any trades to be made, I will be stopping at the trade deadline to show you all. And once again, our team has made it to the NBA Cup Finals, and we are taking on the Toronto Raptors. Let's see if we could go out there and win ourselves the NBA Cup. We do have home court advantage on our side, and so far we do have the lead here. Can we keep it? And yes, we can. We go on to win 124-88. Anthony Davis with a 30-point double-double, 26 Luka, and 26 from Austin Reeves. And Luka Doncic wins NBA Cup MVP, averaging 29, 7, and 8 on 50, 50, 87 shooting splits. And at the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win an MVP. Luka Doncic was in the award races right behind Wemby. If Wemby did not win it, it would have been Luka, but it looks like this year Wemby will end up winning. D. O'Connor, Rookie of the Year, Josh Giddey, 6-man, Wemby, Defensive Player, Kingston Fleming's Most Improved, Jason Tatum, Clutch Player, our head coach, JJ Redick, wins Coach of the Year, and the Spurs go on to win Executive of the Year. We do get ourselves Luka Doncic on an All-NBA first team. Do we get any more awards here? And we don't get any more All-NBA teams, but that is okay. And on an all-defensive team, we do land Walker Kessler, but not only that, we also get Anthony Davis on an all-defensive second team. Let's go. We ended this season as the number 1 seed, winning a total of 68 games and losing only 14. We've been dominating the NBA ever since acquiring Anthony Davis, and now let's take a look at player stats before we jump here in the playoffs. So our leading scorer was of course Luka Doncic, averaging 27, 7, and 10. Amazing season here from our boy on 50, 40, 80 shooting splits. 22 points per game from Austin Reeves, 22 and 9 from Anthony Davis with 2 blocks and 1 steal per game. 12.5 Walker Kessler, 12 Colin Sexton, 11 from Kel'el Ware, and 10 from Tari Eason. Let's also take a look at team stats here and see how our offensive rating was, and we had the number 1 best offensive rating with the number 1 best defensive rating. That is what I'm talking about, and of course the best point differential. This season we weren't making as many 3-pointers, but of course That was expected when we added Anthony Davis in the starting lineup, and I'm completely alright with that. And now, in the first round of the playoffs, it looks like we're taking on the Portland Trailblazers. They have themselves Ja Morant, Shaedon Sharpe, Deni Avdija, Toumani Camara, and Donovan Clingan. And something I do want to let you guys know is on this channel of mine, I am going to start uploading 4 videos a week. Before I used to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but now I'm going to add another day. So now I'm thinking of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. If you guys have any suggestions, comment it down below, but be prepared for 4 videos weekly. At least that's what I'm going to aim for. And now let's see how we do here against the Portland Trailblazers. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Luka 36 and 11, 33 Reeves, and 23 from Anthony Davis. Let's go. Game number 2, we also secure the win. This time it's Colin Sexton. Let's go. Off the bench unit, dropping 24 points. Anthony Davis with a double-double and 20 from Luka Doncic. Game 3, we go up 3-0, scoring 140 points. Austin Reeves 28, AD with a 25-point double-double, and a 16-point double-double from Luka. And that does put us up 3-0. All we have to do now is win one more game, and we do not sweep the Blazers, but we do defeat them in Game 5. Luka with a 36-point triple-double, 24 from Eason, and a 22-point double-double from Austin Reeves. And let's take a look at player stats here in the playoffs so far. So in that first round, Austin Reeves is the leading scorer, averaging 26 points per game, a 24-point double-double from Luka, and 22 points per game from Anthony Davis. And now, in the second round of the playoffs, it looks like we're taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Of course, they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Wallace, J-Dub, Chet Holmgren, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Basically the same lineup they have in real life. Of course, an amazing team, so let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up losing. Even though Luka had 42 and 15, we still fall short. And oh god, we lose 2 games in a row, allowing them to score 144 points. And this is where I need to come up with a defensive coach game plan. In this simulation, Chet Holmgren is averaging 22 points per game, but I can guarantee you in real life, there's no way Anthony Davis would allow Chet to be scoring that on him. I feel like Anthony Davis would body Chet Holmgren in a one-on-one matchup. Now let's jump into Simcast here and see if we could top the series. The OKC Thunder do have home court advantage, and so far we have the lead. Can we keep it is a question. They are pushing back here in the 4th quarter. We're only up by 4 points, 1 minute remaining. Can we keep this lead? Let's see. And we end up winning 142-137, thankfully. Luka with 31, 25 from AD, and 21 from Austin Reeves. But the Thunder are still up 2-1, so let's jump into Simcast here again. We needed to win this game to top the series. Thunder do have home court advantage, and we do start off the first half pretty strong here. Can we keep this lead? And yes, we can. We end up winning 119-97. Luka dropping 27, 23 AD, and 17 from Austin Reeves. And now the series is tied at 2-2 apiece. We have home court advantage here for Game 5. And back and forth battle, but can we win? Let's see. We do have the lead here, and oh god, they take it right back, and we end up losing 131-128. Austin Reeves played good, so did AD, but Luka did kind of struggle, shooting only 8 of 20 from the field. We are in a winner-go-home situation. We have to win this game or we're getting eliminated. So let's jump into Simcast. The Thunder will have home court advantage on their side. And we start off the first half. Whoa, we outscored them by over 50 points, almost by 70 points. Austin Reeves 33, Luka with a 23-point double-double, 18 points from Sexton in only 19 minutes. And we defeated the Thunder here by 63 points. That is unreal. Such amazing defense and even better offense. But now it's time for game number 7. Both teams in a winner-go-home situation, and thankfully we do have home court advantage for game 7. But let's see what happens here. So far, the Thunder with the lead. We take it right back, and we are trying to run away with it. Let's go. We end up winning 133-94. Austin Reeves dropping 34. Colin Sexton has been huge. He's not playing that many minutes, but when he plays, he's dropping buckets, dropping 20 points in 18 minutes. Kessler 19, Luka 18-point double-double. Anthony Davis did struggle offensively. Oh god, he was horrible offensively, but thankfully he still had 11 rebounds, 3 steals, and 1 block. And now we have made it to the Western Conference Finals, and we're taking on the Houston Rockets. They have themselves Reed Shepherd, Amin Thompson, Kevin Durant, Keegan Murray, and Alperen Şengün. And oh god, this team's bench unit is stacked as well. I completely forgot we gave them Quentin Grimes. Somehow they ended up with Josh Hart, and they also have our, well, not rookie anymore, Isaiah Evans. So this is a really stacked team. Let's see how many points KD's averaging. He's averaging 21 points per game. They don't really have themselves a 30 point per game scorer, but they do have Şengün averaging 21 and KD also averaging 21. First they defeated, whoa, they swept the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. How? Not sure how they did that, but first they swept the Spurs, then Dallas Mavericks. Hopefully this time we sweep them. I don't want to get swept by this team. Game number 1, we do end up winning, so at least it won't be a sweep. Luka with a 31-point double-double, 28-point double-double, and 18 from Austin Reeves. Game number 2, we also secure the win. Luka going off here for 30, 23 AD, and a 19-point double-double from Tari Eason. And I completely forgot this is Tari Eason's former team. Game number 3, oh yeah, we are up 3-0. Austin Reeves at 34, 24 and 15 from Luka, 20 and 15 from Anthony Davis. Our big 3 is the best big 3 in the entire league. I love the way our team has been playing. And are we going to sweep the Rockets here in game 4? Let's see. We're jumping into Simcast here, and so far we do have the lead. And we go on to sweep the Houston Rockets, defeating them here in game 4, 145 to 124. Austin Reeves 37, 23 Davis, and 22 from Tari Eason, a 21-point double-double from Luka Doncic. And now we're either going to have to take on the Hawks or the Knicks, who are up 3-1, and it will be the New York Knicks, with Jalen Brunson winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Luka Doncic Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 26, 6, and 12. And now in the NBA Finals, we have to defeat the New York Knicks. Luka Doncic is taking on his former teammate Jalen Brunson. Looks like the Nets have made some changes. In their starting lineup, they have Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Bobby Klintman, and Karl Anthony Towns. And this here is their bench unit. I'm not sure why they would get rid of Josh Hart, but now they have Bobby Klintman as their starting power forward. Let's see how things go here. This is the 3rd year in a row the Knicks have made the NBA Finals, by the way. Last year, they lost to the San Antonio Spurs. In real life, they defeated the San Antonio Spurs. And now, for the 3rd year in a row, they're going up against us, the Lakers. Let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up winning. AD with a 30-point double-double. Luka with 18, 8, and 9. Game number 2, we also secure the win. Let's go. AD is going for that Finals MVP, 28, 9, and 2 with 2 stocks, 26 Luka, and 16 from Austin Reeves. Game 3, another win. Oh yeah, Anthony Davis wants that Finals MVP very bad. Last time, I believe LeBron got it, so this time he's going for it with a 38-point double-double, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. 23 Reeves, 23 Caruso, and 15 from Colin Sexton. And are we really going to sweep the New York Knicks? Let's jump into Simcast here and see if that's exactly what we're going to do. So far, the Knicks do have the lead, and it won't be a sweep, so they do end up defeating us here in game 4. Luka went out for 26, AD had a double-double, but we do fall short. So Brunson with 35, OG with 30. Can we at least get a gentleman sweep? We do have home court advantage. And we do start off the first quarter strong. They take the lead right back from us, and whoa, we going to lose our 2nd game in a row, 105 to 104. And don't tell me they're going to come back. Imagine if they come back and defeat us in game 7. But now we do have, oh, no, it's going, okay, whoa. We ended up winning somehow, outscoring them in the 4th quarter, 45 to 22. I thought that was over for us, but somehow our team came back and ended up winning, with Austin Reeves dropping 39 points. Now I know how we came back. Austin Reeves with 39 points. Davis with a 26-point double-double, 13 Tari Eason, and just like that, we go on to win the Los Angeles Lakers a championship with Anthony Davis winning Finals MVP. And I was right, AD was going for that Finals MVP. Last time it went to LeBron, he said, this time I want the Finals MVP, and that's exactly what he got on his 2nd championship. Anthony Davis winning Finals MVP, averaging 27 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 stocks per game. And that was an amazing playoff run. Before I end out this video, let's go ahead and take a look at our player stats. So in the playoffs, we played a total of 22 games, and in those 22 games, our leading scorer was Austin Reeves, averaging 25 points per game. And then we had Luka averaging 23, 6, and 10, 23 and 9 from AD, 13 Colin Sexton, 12 Eason, 11 Kessler, and 11 from Kel'el Ware. And then in the NBA Finals, where we played a total of 6 games, the leading scorer was the Finals MVP Anthony Davis, 27 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. 22 from Austin Reeves, 17 from Luka, 10 from Kessler, and 10 from Colin Sexton. And now that is going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 rebuilds, and click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.